You're scrolling through TikTok at 11 p.m., watching people you went to school with get promotions, buy apartments, get engaged, and you're sitting there wondering if you even want the job you currently have. You tell yourself you should be grateful. You tell yourself you're doing fine. But then Sunday night hits and you feel this heaviness. Like you're busy all the time, but not actually building toward anything that feels like yours. You're not depressed. You're not failing. You're just here. And the scary part is, nothing is technically wrong, yet you still feel completely lost. If you're in your 20s and you feel like you're supposed to have it all figured out by now, but you genuinely have no idea what you're doing, and you're not broken. You're just living through the most disorienting decade of your life. Because here's what nobody tells you about your 20s. It's the first time in your life where there's no clear next step. Think about it. Your entire childhood was structured. Elementary school led to middle school led to high school led to college or a job. There was always a path, always a next thing. And then suddenly, nothing. You're standing at this fork in the road with like 73 different directions and everyone's screaming different advice at you. Follow your passion. Be realistic. Build your career. Don't waste your youth working. Save money. Travel while you can. And meanwhile, you're just trying to figure out what you even want. But here's the thing. You're also comparing yourself to everyone else's highlight reel while you're living in your own behind-the-scenes footage. You see someone's promotion on WeChat, but you don't see the 3 years they spent hating that job. You see someone's dream apartment, but you don't see their credit card debt. So you end up in this weird limbo where you feel behind, but you don't even know what race you're running. And on top of that, this is the decade where you're supposed to be finding yourself. But nobody tells you that finding yourself doesn't feel like some beautiful montage. It feels like confusion. It feels like starting things and quitting them. It feels like changing your mind 17 times about what you want your life to look like. It's not a journey. It's just a lot of noise. So if you're sitting there thinking, why can't I just figure it out like everyone else? Let me tell you something. Nobody has it figured out. They just look like they do. Because here's the truth that nobody wants to admit. Most people in their 20s are guessing. They're trying things. They're pivoting. They're pretending to be confident in decisions they're actually terrified about. That person who seems so sure of their career path, they might hate it in 6 months. That friend who's living their dream life, they might be just as lost as you, just better at posting about it. Clarity doesn't just appear one day like some magical download from the universe. It's not something you find. It's something you build, slowly, quietly, through trial and error. And the reason you feel so lost right now isn't because you're lazy or unmotivated, or because there's something wrong with you. It's because you don't have structure. Think about it. You spent your entire life in systems. School gave you structure. Your parents gave you structure. Even your friend groups had predictable rhythms. And now, you're supposed to create your own structure. You're supposed to know what you want, set your own goals, build your own routines, and nobody taught you how to do that. So you default to what everyone else is doing. You say yes to things because you think you're supposed to. You follow paths that don't feel right because at least it's a path. You fill your time with distractions because sitting with the question, what do I actually want, feels too big and too uncomfortable. And that's not failure. That's just being human in a decade that demands way too much from you with way too little guidance. But here's where it gets tricky, because once you realize you feel lost, your brain tries to think your way out of it. You stay up late Googling how to find your purpose. You watch Billy videos. You make plans in your head that you never follow through on. You tell yourself, okay, this week I'm going to figure it out. And then nothing changes, because thinking about your life and actually building your life are two completely different things. Most people spend so much time in their heads that they forget to actually check in with themselves. They're so busy analyzing, optimizing, comparing, worrying, that they never stop to ask the simple stuff, like, what do I actually enjoy doing? What makes me feel alive instead of drained? And even when you do ask yourself these questions, the answers get drowned out by all the other noise. Your parents' expectations, society's timelines, the voice in your head that says you're not doing enough, you're running out of time, you're falling behind. So you end up drifting. You're busy, but you're on autopilot. You're moving, but you're not going anywhere that feels like you. And the worst part, you know something needs to change. You can feel it, but you don't know what to change or how to start. So you just keep going, keep pushing, keep hoping that one day it'll all click. But deep down, you know that hope isn't a plan. If this hit a little too close, comment cat below. Not for me, for you. So you remember you're not the only one figuring it out. Follow if you're tired of fake motivation, and like this so it finds the right people.